So you guys have been beatboxing for a really long time and practicing really hard, but still you can't beatbox fast enough because you don't have those patterns which will act as a route to creating your new and own patterns and ultimately helping you beatbox faster, right? I think I can help you with that. Before starting this video, let me make it clear to you guys that these patterns are not ultimate. That being said, what I mean is that these are not the only patterns, number one. Number two, these patterns are only guidelines which will act as a route for you guys to create your own patterns. And number three, I'm not asking you guys to bite whatever I'm trying to say or whatever I'm trying to teach or the patterns which I'm giving you. Pattern number one. This is probably the most common TKK pattern you've heard. Do I use this pattern often? Probably not. I don't use this particular pattern, but yeah, I've heard a lot of beatboxers using this pattern. So yeah, you can try this pattern and make something good from your own creativity, probably adding some sounds, probably adding some effects, whatever you want to do. And yeah, so let me break down this pattern. It's something like, so it's a B, TKK, PehK, TKK. You can occasionally add PF snare, of course. Then comes the generic TKK roll, TKK. If you can't do TKKs fast enough, I have already uploaded a tutorial on TKK. You should first go check that out and then come back and continue watching this video. So it's just, I'm just playing with the entire pattern. PehK, TKK, PehK, TKK, PehK, TKK. You can definitely manipulate it in your own way and create some other pattern out of it. Or maybe you can change the timings or whatever you want to do with this pattern. You can move on to some other patterns from this. This might act like a junction or transition for two other things that you're doing, or it can simply act as a counter for the beat that your opponent does. Pattern number two. This is more like a roll. So there are basically 12 repetitive sounds that you're using. So let's just divide it into 4 parts, 3 each. Number 1, it's a BtK, BtK. Number 2, BdB. One and two together. Number 3, KBt. So 1, 2, 3 together. And number 4, last but not the least, Ktk. BtK BdB KBt KtK. You can use it anywhere. You can also add your own sounds like a clop maybe, or anything, or a lip roll or anything, and definitely change the pattern. Use it somewhere you feel necessary. Pattern number 3, this is what I use the most, that is Ktktk. It's more like the ZD trap which I taught back in the BtKK tutorial, but you gotta use it with the beats like. Okay, so the pattern is really simple. You have to start with any two sounds, maybe to B, or maybe to wobble, or to lip bass, or if you know how to do the chest bass, you can start with that, or anything. So yeah, Ktktk. So this is like, I'm using a rim shot, B, T, then I'm using a PehK. So I'm using so it comprises of two parts, Ktktk and you can change it in your own way. You can add your own sounds, you can add your own special sounds, effects, anything. Do anything, don't just blindly copy it. So that's pretty much it. These are the 3 generic patterns which I wanted to talk about. You guys can use these patterns and make your own patterns, and trust me, keep on practicing these patterns and keep on making your own patterns, and definitely you will get faster with your beatboxing. But again, like I said, these patterns are not ultimate. Fast beatboxing does not start with these patterns and end in these patterns. Definitely not. You can make your own patterns which are completely different from these. Many people, they do not even do anything complex in the first place. Always remember that fast beatboxing depends upon practice and not patterns. The more basics you practice, the better and the faster beatboxer you will be in the future. So keep practicing and don't just rely on patterns. Like for example, if you consider this pattern, many beatboxers can do this pattern, definitely, but it takes a lot of practice to actually do this pattern really fast. Like, did I keep on practicing this pattern? No. I kept on practicing basics and I kept on increasing the speed of my BtK or maybe other sounds or other basics which I practice, and which helped me pick up this pattern fast enough. So don't just rely on patterns, practice your basics faster and faster with passing days, and yes, like I said, the better and the faster beatboxer you will be in the future. If this video was helpful for you guys, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week.